time that we have honest and open conversations, right? So I think the conversations that were had around 1994 and, conversations around the 2000s were not honest and open conversations. These were conversations that didn't include the youth within the table. The young people were always talked about on the table, but then we were never included in these discussions. And what's going to change now is that perhaps, as young people we've said, well, you can't speak about us on the tables. We also demand a space as well on the tables as well. And I think that's one of the things that's going to change. Another question that will help us leading into thinking of change is the question of really what is democracy, and is democracy working for Africa? And I think as a philosopher, it's one of those questions where you say, well, let's really think about this thing. Here's this model that's been existing in the West, and then now that we got our freedom, we were like, yay, we're going to become a democratic country, and then we look at most countries within Africa, there's a lot of dictatorship or assumed dictatorship. One of the questions could be, well, maybe that's the ideal way for us to lead, I think a lot of times is that as African countries, we tend to take Western systems and impose them as if they are our own, not recognizing that, well, the West has their different challenges as opposed to us. Here, we're also fighting stuff about tribalism, corruption, racism, sexism, ableism, the isms go on. And I think one of the things that we really need to start engaging with is democracy working for us? What does democracy mean? What does democracy mean for South Africans? Is democracy working for South Africans?